Hello everybody. So a different video today. It's been a very weird time for me on Arena. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately because I had forgot something. And what I had forgotten is that over time your deck starts to do worse and worse. And so I'm not winning as much with my 47 lands deck because it's essentially gotten older, and I still irk out a win here and there, but it's becoming far and few between. And that just really comes to the fate of all decks that you make. Wizards wants you to improve it, therefore spend money. It's a part of the free-to-play algorithm. They want you to spend money, you know. I'd be perfectly fine paying, a typical Magic deck costs no more than 20 bucks. You know, you're buying, well, I play Jank, so most of my cards are a quarter, so $10, 10 to 20 bucks, and you got a deck. I don't think that's too much to ask for, but during my time winning less, and not posting videos just showing me lose because, it's 47 lands, something unexpected happened. Now, I'm going to show my profile here. If you guys want to link me, send a friend request, go for it. But I hit diamond tier. I've tried to take this seriously. I've tried to see how high I can go, and grinding through platinum is really difficult, especially for free-to-play players. It's hard. The algorithm wants to keep you at a 50-50 win ratio so you don't get completely discouraged. But somehow, without being serious, I hit diamond tier. So let's go and take a look at the decks that I've been playing recently that got me to this diamond tier. Now, for those of you who take this game seriously and grind or spend money, I'm sorry. I was able to hit diamond tier without trying. And let's take a look at this first deck. Now, this was the deck that essentially put me into diamond tier. It's a blue-black deck. Ironically, with no removal, counter spells, bounce. It's just all creatures. I wanted to do a deck, and most of them aren't even that powerful. By the time I hit turn, that guy, he's pretty good. Death Touch. I only have one copy of this, and I'll tell you the truth, I only got to play it like once, because it doesn't want me to play it because it's so good. This was the reason why I made the deck, the Diver Scab. And I actually misread this card too. I thought I get to put the creature that I exploited on top of my deck, not just a random creature. And then of course the Rot-Tide Gargantua. So I thought I could hit the Gargantua and then Diver Scab and then put that on top of my deck. I guess I technically could, but I thought I could exploit the Gargantua and then put it on my deck. Doesn't work that way. And if they got more than one creature, that's, they just killed like the 1/1 token, so I don't know how so I know how I got to diamond tier is I made this deck like right as I was going into tier 1 platinum. And being that when you first make a deck, it just like, it's amazing. Like, oh dude, like I'm so good. And it just like, you win a lot of games when you first make a deck. And that was it. That's what put me into diamond tier. Because I made some jank deck and it just wanted to make me feel good about it. The end. This was a deck I was working around with. This deck is also pure jank. There's nothing really amazing about this deck. It's just some weenie creatures and attack. That card sucks. I should get a different one. Yeah, and that, you know, I put that, I was winning games too. Let's go back to decks. This was one I wanted to try, Alchemy. This was an Alchemy only deck, which is a part of the same ranking. Now this deck also helped me win, but it was supposed to be, well, because, you know, werewolves are really popular. Well, I didn't play my first werewolf deck until like 12 games. And again, I won a bunch of games with this, but guess what? After time, you start to lose. So I want to see if I can figure out this algorithm. Of course, lands, you know, for a while was winning. It was winning about 50%, which is funny because this should not be winning 50% of the time. And you can see in my videos, it was winning about 50% of the time. Now I say it wins about maybe 10% of the time. But you build a new deck, and it wants you to feel good. This was the first version of lands, and this one sucked bad. Essentially, I was using, so that was what was keeping them alive. I don't remember if I had shocks, but that was so I can cycle a land out, protect them, just to get cards, I guess. Keep them indestructible, just to try to get rid of an enchantment or something. Yeah, this was the first version, and the game really tried hard to make this playable, but this is, I don't even know if you can call this jank. This is just a bad, like, first attempt. Will it work? So this one here, I would say was my first, like, serious competitive deck. It's just got, you know, a nice curve. It's got removal. It's got, you know, bringing them back when they die. Got draw. It's got, you know, some boost to kill to keep them alive. A little bit of life gain. Some draw. Some death touch. Some draw. Removal. You know, haste, death touch. Good card. A little bit of sacrifice. You know, because I'm removing so much. You know, more removal. I mean, this card's bomb. I think he's the best one out of the 5. And people aren't playing him. He's the cheapest one of the 5. And I said, you know, I'm going to make this guy. I'm going to make him work. And he works, man. He destroys planeswalkers because he removes counters from them. If you get him to bounce, you know, when he's dying, you know, he essentially takes out 2 other guys in that process. You know, this card's really cool. Get some blood tokens, so that way you can get rid of lands. And then, of course, when you're bouncing the cemetery guy, you know, -6 or remove 6 counters. That's pretty beefy. But I played this deck too many times, and Wizard says, nope, you're not gonna go to diamond tier with that. And so it wasn't until I started just making random jank decks was what got me to diamond. That's kind of, I wouldn't say, I guess if you pay or you grind daily with a deck and you're tweaking it and fine-tuning it, I guess you'd call it a joke, you know? This is just a basic discard deck. You know, discard them down, get some creatures. Go to counterspell, you know? So that was a deck that wasn't doing too hot. This is a deck I was wanting to get going. You know, use some training. And, you know, this deck had a lot of good symmetry with it. I really like this deck. This was a good deck. But it wasn't good enough. It really wasn't. Different version of the same deck. Different version of the same deck. This was before Crimson Vow. Getting tired of mono white. I started using that lady. And over time I quit playing against mono white because it shut it down, you know? But This deck never really could do it. I just couldn't. And then before that, I made the most jank deck ever, my curse deck, which is all about board wiping as much as possible, countering, and then playing as many curses on myself, and then you know, get a couple out, like the curse leeches, you know, to gain some life, and then put a surveillance on them, you know, so I draw a bunch of cards, and then all these go on me, and then once I have one on them, then the rest go on me, and then bounce it, put it on me, and then mill them out. You know, they're drawn like 8, 16, 24, you know, 30 cards in a turn. They just draw 30 cards. So it wins a couple times, you know. It's kind of a stupid deck. You guys see what I build. I build stupid stuff. Can it work? And that got me to Diamond. You know, these are all the pre-made decks, which I don't play. Does this look like Diamond tier decks to you? This was a deck I took serious. I think it got me to Diamond the last time. This was, of course, pre-Crimson Vow. But it's just a balanced deck. It's got some draw. It's got some death touch. You know, draw, tap down, some removal, enchantments, artifacts, flyers, you know, retrieve. It's just a well-balanced deck, you know? Does this look Diamond tier to you? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am Diamond tier. I don't know. But I don't think it is. I think I was able to trick the algorithm into putting me up against either fake opponents. I don't know what's up with these 250 card decks. Let's get in a quick game here. I want to play the old shitty land deck. Make sure I'm in the right one. And let's just see if the deck's over 70 cards. I mean, I'm the only person that I would know that would play, you know, 100 card deck in standard. Look at that. I called it. I freaking called it. 172. No way. Something ain't right here. I have no clue what's going on with this game. We're going to do this game. There's something screwy. You know, if this boy is like, man, I love Brawl, you know, I'm going to be representing Brawl in standard, and it was 100 flat, I could see it. But that's not 100 flat. He's not representing, you know, just the love for Brawl or standard or Commander. And it's such a weird number too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not even 170. So I don't know, guys. I want to see if I can figure out a way to trick the algorithm into getting the Mythic. I want to see if that's really possible. Because if it is, there's no denying this is a joke. This is rigged. Something. I'm in Diamond tier, guys, and I'm playing against this. 170 cards. Something ain't right. You can't tell me something ain't right. This person is not playing legitimate Magic. Let's grab a red just in case. There we go. I mean, I guess you could say maybe I'm not playing legitimate Magic. I don't know. This is the strangest phenomenon that I can't figure out. I can't figure this out. How is this happening? You know, Wizards wants to distract you guys with alchemy, you know, hearing other creators go, well, I just got off the phone with Wizards, and it's like, what are you doing on the phone with Wizards? Something ain't right here, you know. It sounds like they're, you know, getting their hands in the cookie jar a little bit too many times. So we're going to play this game out. I better get her out, I guess. You better pop that. Get rid of that. And you saw this deck. You saw how bad this deck was. This is not a good deck. This is complete, not even jank. This is trash. This is a trash deck. And wow. I don't know, guys. I'm supposed to, I guess I'm going to Mythic. I guess that's my new goal, is to figure out how to trick this game into getting to Mythic, playing against what I'm playing to, yeah. I got no clue here, guys. If you got a clue, leave a comment. If you, whoever's building these decks, if they're real people, because we know in the terms and agreements that Wizards can approve bots. I mean, I'll go right to it. Where's the bots at? Account. Terms and conditions. I like bringing this up here. I mean, sorry if you watched the other videos. Where are they at? Cheating, creating, offering, using, promoting, distributing, or making available any cheats, bots, hacks, or devices or software code or program not expressly authorized by Wizards that grants users an advantage over other players not using such methods. So this is telling us right here that it's rigged. They put it in writing, but there's something just weird. I want to figure this out. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to, you know, take some time to figure out how I'm going to do this, because I don't want to put a lot of time into this game. It's free to play trash. You know, I play it kind of daily, you know, because you go to a comic book store, no one's there to play, you know? So I get to grind it out, get my free cards, build little janky decks. I get a real game, you know, one every 5 games or something. You know, I could probably have a better experience maybe reading a book or something, you know, but I don't know. This is interesting to me, the rigging part, and showing it out of winning. Because I should not be winning with these decks. These decks are trash. And yeah, anyway, the video is long. I'm going to upload this. Thanks for watching.